coming out here, the topic is arrays, right? So what is this today? Anyone until day, right? 5-0. Today one of my classmates' birthday is. Che, I didn't wish her. Che. Okay, array. A-R-R-A-Y, array. Okay. Now coming to this one dimension array. What is an array is? Array is nothing but contiguous memory allocation, homogeneous. The definition varies by point to point, right? So for example, in that video, I had told you something like this. You don't want to like store multiple variables to multiple blocks. Okay, you don't want to give for the same type of blocks. Okay, you don't want to give multiple names. For example, when I wanted something like this int a, right? When I tell int a, you will be creating int a block, right? And you will tell it as 1000 a. Now when I want to create int b, when you want to create it, now again you want to create int b and you will tell it 2000 and you will tell it b. When I tell int c, when you tell int c, and again you want to create like this int c like this 3000 and you want to create what c now, right? This is how it is now. Now what I can do with the array is, you need 3 blocks of a same type. You need 3 blocks of a same type. I can combine it. I can have a contiguous memory allocation. That is what the array tells. Okay, array tells something like this. You want a 3 block, I will get it for you 3 block like this. Like when you do this one, I will make sure that you will be getting 3 blocks here. Right? Now, what is that? What is it telling is? What is it telling is? Look on here, guys. There are three, like 3 blocks like this. I will be creating like this. So instead of this, since it is a homogeneous, since it's the same type, I can create contiguous memory allocation. Right? How do I create that contiguous memory allocation? For example, if I want a 3 block, I will write 3 blocks. Now this has an initial address. This has an initial address, right? This might be 1000. This might be 1004. That is everything. Might be. I will be telling later. To hold this initial address, you need a variable called as, I'll just tell it like a, I will tell it. I'll write it a here. Now I can decide what kind of block I want to have it. Each block should be what type. That's the reason I'll write it what data type called as integer. I will write it. Since we have choose for integer, I'll write it integer here. So what happens now here? This becomes 4 bytes. This becomes 4 bytes. This becomes 4 bytes. Now I'll type semicolon. This is called as array declaration. This is called as array declaration. When you do it local array declaration, this will be here. The garbage values will be there. When you do global declaration, it will be like 0 over here. Got it? And the beauty of the array is it has indexing. 0, it starts from 0, 1, 2. And my favorite question is why array starts from indexing 0, right? Now to know this, I will just rewrite the address, right? So when I tell 1000, this address will be what? 4 bytes. It will be difference of 4 bytes. That's the reason it will be like 1004. And here also it will be difference of 4. Again, I will tell 1008. Okay, 1008. Okay, this much you understood? Now what I'm gonna do is the favorite question is why indexing starts from 0? Do you have an indexing? My answer is absolutely no. You don't have any indexing. But still you are telling that 0, 1, 2. Why it is so? The simple answer is something like this, guys. The simple answer is something like this. Look on here, guys. There is something called as base address. It is going to the base address. When I tell A, it is going to the base address. And when I tell +0, it is staying here itself. It is staying here itself. And from here, I can access 4 bytes of memory. This is what the first memory is called as. Right? It's a simple calculation, right? When I tell a +1, what will happen? A +1. I tell a, it is another 1000. And since the type is integer, when I tell a +1, it will increment by 4. I will go to here now. That's the reason the 1 starts from here, 0 starts from here. And again, when I tell a +2, a is another 1000. +2 means +2 blocks it will go for it. And here it is where it is starting it. From here, how is telling that to access only 4 bytes? That data type is telling that to access 4 bytes. I'm going to the initial address and it's telling that 4 byte you access it. Here also same thing. A means to go to initial address. This type of a data will tell that to access 4 bytes. B is nothing but initial address. Type of the data is what? Integer type. So that's the reason 4 bytes. If it was character, only 1 byte. The same things will come here and will flow it. ये समझ में आया? Right? I just like I am believing that you have watched the video. That's the reason I'm going in this way. Okay, so like this is the like the important question which you can come across. Okay, even in C language you can also go for -1. Sir, is that -1 is this side, sir? Is that -1 is this side, sir? Yes, sir. -1. If this is 1000, this will be 996. This will be 996. Right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the programming. Let me know if it is not visible. Okay. I'm gonna let you go for the programming. I'll just tell it as online GDP. Okay. I'll go for you. सोचा ही नहीं. Okay, what I'm gonna do it now? I'm gonna be doing simple thing called as something like this: block of three. I wanted a variable to hold an initial address and integer type, right? So this is how I'm gonna be doing it. Now, when I tell as printf, percentage d, when I tell percentage d or percentage d, right? I can also tell percentage p, and percentage p, right? Percentage p, percentage p is for address, right? So what I can do it now, I can tell it a of 0, comma, a of 1, comma, and a of 2, I can tell it, right? And if I want the address of this, you can tell it like this: a of 0 of address, right? A of 0 of address, you can tell it. Okay, the normal things you have seen it, right? A of 1, okay, a of 1 and a of 2, you have seen it. Okay, the rain is so beautiful over here. Okay, so if I run this program, what I have gets 0, 0, 0. It might be a garbage value also. It might be a 0 also. Let's not worry about that. Okay, most probably you can tell it has garbage value. That will be like a decent answer. Okay. Now you have the address. Can you see this address, guys? It is a difference of 4. After C it is 0. C, D, E, F, 0. Right? After 0 it is 4. Right? Now if I same thing, if I tell it here, okay, so here I just tell it -1, right? So for example, like this, percentage P, I will tell it one more P, and I'll come here and I'll tell like this. Okay, so I just as ampersand A of -1, right? A of -1. So when I tell -1, what happens now? It should be decremented by -1. Look on here, guys. It is 8 and it is C. This is where your base address starts. This is where your A address is, right? And this is how it is. You got this point?
Sir, will it not give error when we read percentage?
Yeah, come again.
Will it not throw an error give a of -4?
It will not throw error. Why it is not throwing error? Why it is not throwing error? I'll tell you that. Okay. In C language, it's a start language, right? It's a start language. It will never throw the error. But reservation is only so much case. Okay. You have reserved only so much of memory. Okay. What A is reserved? Only so much of memory. It is not throwing error because you don't have any exceptions here. Right? Now we can write a program if index is less than 0. If index is less than 0, then I will write one exception. Right? This is index out of bound. Or else I can even access in C language, I can even access the third index also. You can access it, but it is not reserved by what? A. What does this reservation means? Now we can store the data, but in near future, someone comes and occupies this memory. I don't have any rights to tell that it's my place. It belongs to someone else. But only I have a right of three blocks. That is what we have got it. 3 blocks only we got it. To overcome this situation in C++, Java, or Python, they came with something called as out of bound memory exceptions. Array out of bound, you will get it. That means they have made it restriction to go here. They have made it restriction to go here. You are only allowed to go within this only. Understood this point? Yes. I have this array, right? I have this array, right? I have this array. I'll tell you exactly what is this array is doing. Okay. Now this is nothing but 1000, and you are storing here A. You're giving the reference variable, and this is nothing but 1001 and 1004 according to the integer thing. 1008 you will tell it, and 1012 you will tell it, right? You have an indexing 0, 1, 2, and 3, right? 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now when I have this, can I have one more variable for this one B? That is what my question is. Now let assume this. Okay, to create this memory, what you'll do it now? You'll just tell us you wanted 4 blocks of memory, and that is what the A is, and you'll tell us like this, right? Now if you want to initialize this, you can define this also. For example, like this 10, 20, 30, 40 also you can define it. No problem with that. Okay. Now I'll just do this memory. Okay, so I'll just have 4 blocks. And I'll tell like this. I'll tell like 10, 20, 30, 40. And this is called as definition of block, right? Now when I have this, what are you gonna do it now? I'll run this program, and you have it, all these things. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, you have this, right? So in A of 0 you have 10, A of 1 you have 20, and A of 3 you have it. We are not here to do this, right? We are here to do something else. I want to copy this address in one more variable, guys, like a point is. You know that point is, right? How do I copy this address in one more variable, guys? How do I copy this address? For example, whatever the A you have it, I want to store. I want to make sure that in a variable called as b, in a variable called as b, I will store this 1000, where this 1000 is pointing to here now. Understanding this point? How do I create this one? This memory hierarchy I want to create it. How do I create this? Can anyone just write it down? Look, A is directly pointing to this one. Okay. Now I want to create one memory such that it will point to here. So how do I create this? How do I create this, guys? I can tell something like this, guys. Okay. What I'm giving here, address of A. How do I get the address of A, guys? I don't want to use ampersand of A now. I don't want to use this. I will directly use A. A itself address. Right, in an array, A itself address. That's what the beauty of array is. A normal variable, A is a value, and ampersand A is the address. Look out here. Why I will tell you. Okay, simple thing. When a normal variable is there, A means value, it will get it. Ampersand A means address is getting it. When I tell about array, okay, when I tell A, it doesn't know which value I want to give. Why? Because there are three values. There are three values. I cannot give all three values. And that's the reason what they thought is, let us make A as a base address itself. It will access what? Base address. When I tell A of 0, then it is a value. A of 1, it is a value. A of 2 is a value. So you know that pointer combinations, right? A plus 0, whole bracket of star. A plus 1, whole bracket of star. A plus 2, whole bracket of star, right? You know that, right? Now what I'm going to do is A means base address case, right? Normally in variable, what will do it now? You'll tell ampersand A is equals to B star integer. This is how you write the line, guys. This is what you wrote it in a Python. Now you don't want this ampersand. A itself address. I want to give to whom, guys? B I want to give it. Inside B, what I have it? Star I have it. So how many bytes I want to access it? I want to access integer type of byte, right? And I will declare this one. This is how you're going to be doing the reference variable. Now what is the magic of this? Okay, what is the magic of this? I'll go here and I'll create something like this. Okay, A is given to whom, guys? A is given to whom, guys? B, sir. Inside B, what I'll store it, sir? Star, sir. And I'll like what, sir? Integer, sir. And I'll do it like this. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is now I'll remove all these things. Okay. So I don't want all these things. So I'll just tell as A of 3. I'll tell it A of 3. I'll tell it. Now I'll tell like something like this. Now just like this percentage D. I'll tell it. Okay. Percentage D. Okay. Now I'll just tell slash n and I'll copy this line. Okay. I'll copy this line and I'll go for the next line. Okay. Now what I'll do it now is, instead of this one, I'll just have B of 0, I'll have B of 1, I'll have B of 2, and I'll have like what? B of 3. Right? Now I'm creating a reference variable here. So when I do this one, are we doing this one, guys? Are we getting this one? Are we? Yes or no, sir? This is how you're gonna be passing the address of initial address to B, and you'll be storing it. That is what you're gonna be doing it. Do you want to take down this? You're going to take down this. Okay. You're going to be writing as a B of 0 also you can write it, or else here you can write it 1 of B also you can write it, or else you can write it B plus 2, and you'll write it star here. So B plus 2 should get executed first, and that's the reason you'll write it here. And you can write it, either you can write it, or you can write it now 3 plus B whole of star also you can write it. Is that nice, guys? Is that nice? Is that nice? A of 0 of 1 of A you can write it, or else star you'll write it like this, B plus 2 also you can write it, right? Or else not B, it is A, right? Or else 3 plus A you can write it, and you can tell that like what? Whole star, right? These are all the things you have seen it. I know like wanted to go for this one, and I will be telling this one. So this is how it is happening for you.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, here B is not array, no, sir. How can we write B of 0, B of 2?
What was your question?
Sir, in this case, the variable B is a pointer, no, sir. But how
Uh-huh.
can we access like B of 0, B of 1? It's for arrays.
करेक्ट यही हम भी यही समझते हैं, ठीक है? हम एक नॉर्मल इंसान है ना सर, है ना? हम कहाँ सर जा सकते हैं क्या करके? हम तो एरे ही नहीं है. देखो अगर से आप like in near future now, if you get a initial address, from initial address you can access anything, wherever you want to go you can go. That's what the beauty is. Now once you have an initial address, okay, once you have an initial address, You can tell a plus 1 also, you can tell a plus 2 also, you can plus 8 plus 3 also, you can tell a plus 4 also. Got it? Since it is an integer type, it will increment by 1 byte, sorry, 4 bytes. That is what the game of entire programming is. So you don't want to become an array itself. So this concept is called as what? Pointer to an array.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will do one of the question and you will, the mind gets blown out. Okay, I will do one of the question for you. Okay, one
Okay,
simple
sir.
question I will do it and your complete mind blows blown out. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is now here is what I'm gonna do it now here is I gonna tell a string thing guys. Okay, now let's concentrate on the string. This all comes with a string guys. I hope you have seen the 2-dimension guys. You haven't seen the 2-dimension, right? But I will give a glimpse for you. Okay, so not to worry about it. I'll just give the glimpse for you. So we don't want to go for it. Okay, now I have a data like this. This is very important data. Now I have a b c d. Okay, I have a b c d. This is what the string data is. Look on here guys, those who are doing Python, everyone look on here. What is that here exactly it is? Okay, but I'll tell abcd here. Okay, when I tell abcd here, the exact data of abcd will be like this. A will be here, B will be here, and C will be here, and D will be here, and it will be null character over here. Exact data, memory diagram. When you tell this line, this is how exactly it is having been. Okay. Now we have an indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 0. What is this null character? It will be there. What is string? String is nothing but a collection of characters, ends with the null character. Right? Now it has an initial address. Let me tell you as 1000. And let me give a name called as A itself. Now, how do I write this one? How do I write the program? As a program, how do I write it? I will write it. This is what the data is. This is what the data is. I'm assigning to which one? A. Inside A, what I'm storing it? Inside A, what I'm storing it? I have no idea. It is an array. It is an array. How many blocks of array? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many blocks it is. That's the reason I will simply tell like this. I'll simply tell like this. Okay, I will simply tell like this. And what is it inside this? I have a character. I have a character. I have a character, and I will tell a semicolon. Either you can tell like this also, or you can tell like this also. ABCD equals to A star character. Two things are also correct only. Both the things are right. Take care with respect to string. Now both the things will do it. Take care. Both the things will do it. Take care. Not to have a confusion. Take care. So this is what the indexing is. This is how the things are A, and I have given the two things also. Take care. I'll come to here. What I'm gonna do is now here is okay. What I'm gonna do is now here simple thing is take care. I'll just as int. Sorry, no int. I'll just as ABCD. I'll just give it to whom? A. And I'll tell us, I don't know what is that, and I'll tell like what character. Now I'll come to here and I'll write. Since I don't have a B, I'll comment this. We'll just miss out with the syntax. I'll just write like this, and then I will see it. Okay, is that okay, guys? I'm getting into what 97, 98, 99, 100. Somewhere you have seen this. Few of the batches have seen this. Something called as ASCII value. For few of the batches, I have done it. For few of the batches, I have not done it. For few of the batches which I have not done it, not to worry about it. This is the lowercase ASCII value 97, 98, 99. Since I'm printing in the percentage D, that's the reason it is coming like this. Now, if I tell uppercase here, look on here, A, B, C, D like this, right? When I run this program, depending on the format specified, it is printing out here, right? Now, instead of this one, I can even tell C also here. The beauty you look on here, the format specifier beauty. You just look on here, format specifier beauty now, right? When I tell like this, right? I can get it like this, A, B, C, D. Right, guys. Right. My first video, second video, third video, the basic videos. Now, one more beauty, you want to see that? The one more beauty is, since it is a string, you have a format specifier called a string. For string, you have a format specifier called as S. And I can just tell the base address. I'll just tell the base address and I'll run this program. Now, what exactly it is doing it is printing entire ABCD. I don't want to print like this. Now what exactly it is doing? Simple thing it is doing is, okay, it is telling that, okay, go to A, print everything till you find null character. Till you find what? Null character. For example, if I have like this here, null character here, if I have, suppose, let's say, if you have a null character here, till where it will print it now? It will only print till AB. Understood this one? This is very much important. Okay, that means what happens? This null character is like a brake. Gaadi mein brake hota hai na? In vehicle, there is a brake, right? Similar way it will be. Got it?
Sir, but why did only ABC got printed in the first line?
No. It is A, B, and null character, and C it is because you have only printed 4, but you have 5 characters here. For example, if I come here, that's a good question. If I have a percentage C here, and again one more thing, you have it. You have a fifth index now here. For example, A of 4, you have it. Okay. When I run this program, I have it like this. ABCD. Got it?
Okay, sir.
In A of 0 it is A, in A of 1 it is B, in A of 2 it is null character. Null is you cannot see that. Okay. Now instead of this one, I'll just tell us percentage D so that it will print the ASCII value of null. So I will get to know. Can you see this one? ASCII value of null is what? 0. Can you see this one now?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in a string, we'll have a null character at the end of the string, no, sir?
Correct.
Sir, if we add a percentage D and print A of 5, will we get a 0?
That is what I got it here. Look on here. That is what we got it. Percentage D, I have done it. Here in the null character, I have told A of 2. In A of 2, no? 0, 1, 2. We have a null character over here. So that is nothing but what? 0 only. Percentage D, it is 0. Got it? Now what if I tell instead of arrays like this, if I print it? What if I tell star here? Right? What if I tell star here? It is also correct only. Both are same thing. Okay? This is also same and that is also same. And I will tell you exactly what happens over here. It is a variable. Now it is acting like a variable. That was an array and this was acting like a variable. I'll give you the glance. Okay? I'll give the glance. Okay? I'll give the glance. What happened in here is, okay? There is already a string data in this block diagram. What happens is, there is already a string data. That is how exactly the array is also working, but this is very prescribed. What happens here? There is a data called as somewhere along the line there is a data and initial address is 1000. This 1000 is given to whom? A. This data's address. This data is given means inside A I have what? 1000. Since I have an address, that's the reason this pointer it is indicating it. And it is pointing here, from here it will access 1 byte. Why? Because of the character. So much matter? On the basis of this, even I can write it, okay? One more variable where it holds 1000. This one's address will be maybe like 200 to 1000. And for this, I'll give it as what? B will correct. To achieve this, okay? What I'll do it now? I want to give 1000 to B, right? I want to give 1000 to B. A itself a 1000. A is given to whom? B. Inside B, what I have it? Address. That address should point to where? Here. After pointing here, what I should read it? 1 byte. That's the reason I'll write it what? Character. And I'll write a semicolon. This becomes reference variable. Okay. Now when I come here, okay, you just check it out. So I'll do it now. So instead of this one, I'll just class A, I will tell it. I'm giving to whom, guys? B. Inside B, I would have it star and is pointing to what? Character of data. Okay. Now I'll do it now. We'll run this program. Okay. When I run this program, so even B has this one, guys. B is printing what? 66, 0, 66, 65, 66, 0, 67. That is what it is printing because of the integer type. Once live. Guys, understood? Take down this. There's a beauty now. Okay? And when video, that is normal array. Okay? That one, leave it, forget it. Now I will show you some other thing which I haven't shown for anyone till date. Okay? And this is the first time I'll be doing it here for you guys. Listen up here. What I'm gonna be doing it now here is, okay? Now you're gonna be, like checking out the block diagrams. That is what, like most specialty is. Now look on here. I want to store not only ABCD, I want to store like this ABCD. I want to store like this ABCD. I want to store EFGH. Okay. I want to store IJKL. IJKL. I want to store like this. Okay. Now, since it is a separate data, what I'll do it now? I will put a comma here. It's a multiple data. And I want to put it a flower bracket here. To back up this, I want to put a flower bracket here. Now, exactly block diagram, how the block diagram will be of this one is something like this. Okay, I just tell it like this: A, B, C, D. I will tell it, and I will tell it null character here. Right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. आराम से देखना. This is for this one. This is what the string is. And E of G, how E of G will be there? E F G H will be there, and there will be null character over here. Okay, there will be null character over here. Okay, and this is what 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this has an address. Let me tell you as 1000. Let me assume this one has address. Let me assume the address of this one is 2000. Okay, there's one more variable, guys. It is called as IJKEL. It is IJKEL. It is, and you have a null character here, right? How this data has been stored? How we need to store the data? This data stored can be stored in a different form. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, right? Let me show you 3000. Now, if you think in a pointer way, if you understand the topic of a pointer, you can write it classically on this. So how so? Simple thing, guys. Okay, I have to go for the assignment. I'll go for the assignment here. Okay, I'll go for the assignment. This is how the block diagrams are, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is I want to make sure that I want to store this address, guys. I want to store this address. I don't want to store any data. I want to store this address. This one's address. I want to store it. This one's memory is created. This one's address. I want to store it, right? Where I want to store it, I want to store it in such a way that like this. I want to store it like this. 1000. I want to store it. I want to store it 2000. I want to store it 2000. I want to store it, and I want to store it for 3000. Now I'll be writing a program for this one. So this has an indexing called as 0, 1, 2. Right, 0, 1, 2. What I'm creating here is an array. I am creating it, an array of what size? I can tell 3 also. Okay, I can tell 3 also, or else I can leave empty also. Both the things I can create it. Either I can create 3 also, I can create it empty also. Okay. Now this has an address maybe like 4000. To hold this address, I will just tell that like A. I will tell it. Hold this address, I will just tell it like A. I will tell it. A. I will tell it. A. I will tell it. Any confusion till here, guys? Any confusion? Any confusion? Any confusion? Now, what I'm storing inside this array, guys? What I'm storing inside this array? Array. I'm telling it array. What I'm storing inside this array, guys? What I'm storing inside this array? Address I'm storing. Since it is an address, I'll tell a star. I will tell it. I'll tell like star. I will tell it. Since I'm storing address data type, I'll tell like a star. This address is pointing to here. After this pointing here, how many bytes I want to access, guys? 1 byte. That's the reason I'll tell it as like what? Character. I'll tell it. Character. I'll tell it. This or this line can be written here. For example, if I want to write like this, character star A of 3, I'll write it. Or else I can write it as what? Character star A of like this. Also I can write it. And this concept is called as what? Two-dimensional array. Array to a pointer. You remember that array to the pointer concept? Right? Now this 2000 is pointing to here. This 2000 is pointing to here. And when this 3000 is pointing to here. I hope there is a still confusion, guys. Confusion, right? Yeah, guys. Guys, yeah.
Yes.
Simple thing. There will be a data here, A, B, C, D. And there will be normally memory occupying. This also will occupy the memory. This also will occupy the memory. When they occupy the memory, there's nothing called as indexing. You know that. There's a calculation. But there will be something called as initial address. There's 1000, 2000, 3000. Now I want to store this data in such a way that I cannot find any way to store this data. Apart from that, I want to store this address. How many addresses I have? 3 addresses. If it was only one, I would have written only one variable, right? I have multiple addresses here. That's the reason I will go the concept called as arrays. I'll tell it what? Arrays. I'll write a block now. Same like arrays only. Since I have multiple blocks of a same type means address type. That's the reason I'll go for that. Arrays, what is the definition? Homogeneous. Contiguous, homogeneous. That's the reason I'll write it arrays. Since I know the 3 blocks are there, that's the reason I'll go for 3. Or else if I don't know, I will write it empty array. That's all it is. Empty array also I can tell it, no problem. Okay. Now inside this array, what is the data I'm storing it? Address. I want to hold this initial address. That's the reason I'm writing A. Inside this, I'm writing out what? Address. That's the reason to denote that I'll write it star. Until star, it will point to here. After going to here, how many bytes I want to read it is character type of data. That's the reason character and character. Now how to do this program? Take care. How to do this program? Now I'll go here. This is how the dimension works, guys. Take care. So normally program when you do it, right? So for example, like this, I'll go for here, and I'll do like what? I just realize A B C D, comma E F G H, comma, and I'll do like a I J K L. Okay. IJK, and this should be packed. This should be packed in a floor bracket. Okay, multiple data should be packed. Okay, now I'll tell us, it's a multiple data, so that's the reason I'll take it array. Okay, since I know that this is a 3, I'll go for 3 now. So I'll just have like a initial address to hold it. Inside this I have an address. Inside this I have an address. That address is pointing to a character type of data. End of the statement. Semicolon. Okay. Now a you cannot print it. A is not a string. A of 0 is a string. A is what? Address. Okay. When I run this program, right? Look on Idris, you get it like this. You get it like this. What is that? Percentage expected argument type is character star, but argument 2 has been type of character star star. So you cannot do this. Now what you want to do is now is you need to tell a of 0 over here. A of 0. First argument is a of 0. Can you see this one now? A, B, C, D. You will get it. Now when I tell a of 1, what will you get it now? Until a of 1, what will you get it now? Until a of 1, I'll get it E of G H. Until a of 2, I'll get it what? I, J, K. Right. What is it telling it now? When I tell a of 0, when I tell a of 0, it is saying that percentage it is going to a of 0 and is getting A, B, C, D. Until a of 1, it is going to 2000. And a of 2 is going to here. Understood? Guys. Guys, understood? Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Percentage yes, I will tell it, and another percentage yes. Wait a second. I can write it like this also. A plus 0 star also I can write, or else I'll write it like this. Okay. Wait a second. I'll come to you. Okay. A of 0 also can write it, or else I can write it like this also. A plus 1, and I'll write it what? Star also I can write it. Okay. So either way I can write it. Okay. Tell me now. Tell me who was talking that. I can go for either of it.
I was just asking you to explain once again.
Once again, I want to explain it.
Yeah.
That is what you are asking. Okay, take it. I'll explain that. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is you understood bit by bit.
So bit by bit, I understood.
Bit by bit, you understood. Okay. It's a simple thing. What I get it was simple thing. There was an array. Okay, you know that one array how to storing it. A, B, C, D. One variable, it is enough to store it. That's the reason you are storing normally like this. No problem. Take it. Normally you are storing it. Now what happened is you have multiple strings. A, B, C, D, comma, E, F, G, H, comma, I, J, K. Now you have created for A, B, C, D also, E, F, G also, and I, J, K also. Now this has multiple address. Since this is a multiple, I'll write it in a flower bracket. I'll write it in a flower bracket. Okay? I'll write it in a flower. I'll wrap this. Okay? I'll write it in a flower bracket. Now what I'm gonna do is I want to access this multiple data. To access this multiple data, this one's address need to be stored. Very important is address. This address, I'll store this address in 1000, 2000, 3000. I can do two things. For this one, I can tell A. For this one, I can tell B. For this one, I can tell C. That becomes like a normal variable. Now you know this array concept. I will take this one's address here. I'll take this one's address 2000. I'll take this one's address. This is 3000. That's contagious. To make sure that this is 3 blocks, I will write it what? 3 blocks here. 3 blocks. I want 3 blocks. It has an initial address. I'll just tell like A to hold that. Inside this, what I'm storing it here. If it was integer, I would have written integer. If the A was integer, I would have written here integer. Right? Is that integer data now? It is not integer data. What is the data now? Address type. Right? Address means pointer type. That means I'll write it star. When I'm pointing to here, what kind of data it is, guys? What kind of data it is? It's a character type. That's the reason I'll write it character over here. That's the same reason I'll write it 3 blocks. I wanted 3 datas, and which is of initial address is A. Inside this, I'm storing with what? Address. That address is pointing to a character. Understood this one? Understood? Now you can write like this also. Okay, you can write like this: A of 1 of 2. What is A of 1 of 2? A of 1, you're going to here, and of 2, you'll get it exactly G now. Exactly, you'll get it what? G now. Okay, so for example, I'll just tell it here. I'll just as percentage C, I'll tell it, since I'm printing the character, I'll go here and I'll tell like what? A of 1 of 2, I'll tell it. A of 1 of 2, I'll tell it when I run this program. Okay, when I run this program.
The story which you
Yeah.
It is basically
A
a
of 1 and
two-dimensional
2.
array.
Yeah, it is a two-dimension array. Correct. It is a two-dimension array. This is how we create it.
Every those
In a video, we have
address is pointed to the
pointed to. This concept is called as pointed to a character. Array, array, which is of address, is pointed to a character.
so like
Okay,
if we
an
give
array.
star of a plus one, it will point to the address of first array, first row.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. Okay, this also can be created. This also can be created in multiple ways. Okay, this also can be created multiple. One is, since the definition, I can leave it empty also. I can leave it empty also. This is also fine, right? Or else, this also can be created like this. A of, I know this is a 3 block. I want it 3 block. A of 3 like this. Array type has incomplete element character start. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Okay, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to prescribe it, tell that. Okay, A B C D E F G H I J K L E F G H I J K L I J K L G. Okay, not to worry about that. It is the null character is over here somewhere, right? That's the reason it is going on here. Why it is coming like this, guys? What is coming like this? I have planed it. For example, when I tell A of 0, what happens now? When I tell A of 0, it is telling that from A to L I want to print it. When I tell A plus 1, it is jumping to here. It is printing from E to L. When I'm telling A of 2, it is going to here I J K L. It is printing it. That's all it is. Okay? It is treating as entire string as one in this format. Okay, so it is a bad way of writing it. It's a bad way of writing it. Actually, it should support this. It should support this. It should support this, the empty array. So it won't happen, but it will happen in Java. Okay, it will happen in that is called as a ragged array. You call it as jagged array, something. To achieve this, you need to have this one. Okay, so when you have this one, it is a symphony. Okay. Can you do this one for integer, guys? Can we do this for integer, guys? Hey, guys, can you do this for integer also? How do you do it for integer now? You have two dimensions, right? For example, like this, right? Like this, like this, like this. We'll create that one also. So that, imagination you are creating. You are creating one imagination, for that you are writing the program. That's all it is. Now, how do you do one dimension? You'll write like this, 10 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30. You will write it, right? 30 you will write it, 10 comma 20 comma 30 you will write it. Okay, now this becomes one dimension. Now one more like this you will write it. I'll just as 40 comma 50 comma 60 you will write it, right? One more you will write it. You'll write 70 comma 80 comma 90 you will write it. Now when you write this one 10 comma 20 comma 30, what will happen now? Exactly like this will happen. 10 comma 20 comma 30 it will happen. When I tell like this one will be like this. 40 comma 50 comma 60 will happen. When I tell like this, what will happen now? This will happen 70 comma 80 comma 90. To differentiate this element, you will get it comma operator. Now you want to put everything in one packet. That's the reason you will put it one more flower bracket, right? And I want to assign it to one of the variable. This has an initial address called as 1000. This has an initial address called as what? 2000. This has an initial address called as what? 3000. Okay, this is an initial address called as what? 3000. Now what I'll do it now? Now I want to store this address. What is the address now? 1000. I want to store it. 2000. I want to store it. 3000. I want to store it. I can give different variable for this. I can give different, but different variable has never been sensed. That's the reason I'll go for the contiguous memory allocation array concept, right? I'll do it what? 0, 1, 2. This has one more address. I'll just last 3000. 4000 I'll tell it. 4000 is nothing but what? A I will tell it. Now how do I create it now? Since I have a 3 block, I'll write it 3 block, 3 block, I'll write it 3 block, or I can write it empty. Since I have an initial address called as to hold this initial address, I have star. Inside this, I have address type. This address is pointing to here. What is the type of this one? Integer block. That's the reason I'll write integer block. I'll write it like this. Of 3 a star of integer. Like this, things are going to blow your mind. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do it now here? I'm gonna go here simple I gonna do here simple, and I gonna erase this. Okay, I gonna erase this. Now what I gonna do it now? Instead of that one, I'll just like what 10 comma 20 comma 30. I will tell it 20 comma 30. For this, you don't have that string thing. Okay, you have it like 30 40 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. You will do it, and we'll tell it comma here, and we'll tell this 70 comma 80 comma 90. You will tell it. Okay. So this is how you're going to be storing it. Okay. So now if I run this program, right? If I run this program, right, I'll get a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? Near initialization, blah, 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 everything. Why? Because this is no more your character type. Sorry, this should be integer type. I'll just like integer. Okay. I'll run this program. So you might be getting some beautiful, beautiful, like things. Okay. You can see this one now. This is all the errors you will get. The warnings you're not getting the error. The program is running fine, but you're not getting the output also, right? It's telling so many things. Warning, braces around the scalar, blah 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 blah. Okay, ठीक then initialization, blah blah blah. ठीक है. Everything is okay. ठीक है. Now what I'm gonna do is I don't want this one. ठीक है. I don't want this one. Now what I want to do it now. I want to write percentage D. I want to write it percentage D. I want to write it. I'll just show you three things. Okay, percentage D. Now you pick up anything. So I cannot print out everything so that like it is a looping thing. For that you need looping condition control statements. Now look on here, guys. Look on here. What I'll do it now. Now this one is also having indexing 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. You can tell this one also 0, 0, 1, 2. Now if I tell a of 2, okay, a of 2 of 1, what I should get it now? 80 I should get it. Okay. Now if I tell her a of 1 of 2, if I tell it what I should get it now? 60 I want to get it. Now I can also tell it a of 0 of 1. I will tell it what I need to get it now. 20 I want to get it. Okay. 21. First 2 of 1. 2 of 1, I'll come here and I'll come here. A of 2 of 1. Next one is what? A of 1 of 2. Next one is what? A of 0 of 1. Okay. So if I run this program, okay, if I run this program, la 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 la, base scalar initialization. Okay. Okay, it's telling like this, but if I put a bracket here, it won't take it. I'm getting a strange feeling here. It should work it actually. It's not working. That is for string, or it is working. Okay, but I guess that is in Java, I think. One more thing. And if I don't put here emptiness, if I put here emptiness, then again it is coming here. Incomplete element type of integer. Okay. So I need to mention the size, guys. Okay. So what is the size you'll be using it, and again you'll be going for it. Okay. But pointer, how do we do that? I'm using pointers. Okay. But this one's data, what I can do is in your future is something like this, guys. Okay, what I'm going to do it now is reference variable. What I'll do it now? A is a base address. That one address is stored inside the B, and star I will tell it, and again one more star I won't tell it, and I will tell it what integer. So this is how I'm gonna be storing it. I hope so. I believe so. I don't know. So let me try my luck. Okay. So what I'll do it now? I'll copy this one. And I'll just go for here and I'll change B here. Now instead of A, I'll just say what B. So if it is so, it should work here. B. Okay. This is how your two-dimension data is parsed, I guess. Okay, I'll do that. A of 0, comma, A of 1, A of 1, comma, A of 2. I'll come back to this one. Okay. So I'm just thinking, okay, so I'm also trying it here, right? So look on here, guys, 80, 60, this is how it is stored. Okay, this is very important, guys. Maybe like in near future, when it is coming MCQs question, these questions will be there. So over as string, it is giving directly, but here I have to do all the operations. How the string is giving over there, right? How here we need to give it. That is what I'm telling you here. So I'll be explaining these 2 lines, take care for you. Okay, I'll just explain this 2 lines. After that, we'll done with this. Okay, so don't want so much confusion parts, right? So what is it happening here now? So you have these 2 things. You have these 2 things. Okay. Now you know this memory diagram for this one, right? You have this memory diagram for this one. Okay, no problem with that. Now what I'm creating is I'm creating a variable called as a B. I am creating variable of B of 3 blocks. Of 3 blocks, I'm creating it. Now this person has an address. This is 4000. This might be what? 4008, and this might be 4000. Sorry, 4004 4008. This one's address I'm showing it here now. 4000 and 4004 and 4000. No, no, not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. So here I'm telling A of 0. Sorry. What is an A of 0, guys? I'm showing A of 0. What is an A of 0? 1000. A of 0, 1000 you have it. In A of 1, what is in A of 1? A of 1, what do you have it? 2000. 2000, I'm sorry. In A of 2, what I have it? 3000, I'll tell it. 3000, I'll tell it. Take it. Now, what is it happening now? Now, this is directly pointing to here. Now, this is also pointing to here, right? This is also pointing to here. Now, this person is also pointing to here, right? Now, this person also pointing to here. This is one way of writing the program, right? Now if I want in near future, what I'm going to do it now, this is nothing but maybe like 5000 I'll tell it, and I'll tell it B, I will tell it. Okay, B is working. This is what the B means. B means what? B, 3 blocks. You have 3 blocks. In A of 0 you're writing 1000. In A of 1 you're writing 2000. In A of 2 you're writing 3000. That is what the reference variable has been created. Got it? Take it.